Hey guys, welcome back to the series on the 83 Wagon. We're down to the final touches on the Wagon. And the thing I'm looking at today, I was just going around and inspecting the condition of all the B-pillar trim. And this is very common. This is very common. You see how the piping is torn up here? And it just doesn't look good. So I have a new old stock stash of B-pillar piping. And where is it? Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. This is the new old stock Mercedes B-pillar piping. And I'll show you guys how this goes onto the car. So this piping, all it is, there we go, you can see that's a little faded, but it is a double-sided tape, sticky tape. There's glue behind there. That's exactly how Mercedes did it. And you literally peel the old one off, tuck this up there, and reattach it. And in order to get the other one off correctly, you need to undo one screw there, one screw over there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and remove this B-pillar trim, and you can see right here there are a couple of screws. So you can take these screws out and you remove this lower piece, and then the B-pillar trim will come all the way out. So let's go ahead, get these guys out of here. And there's another one. Might have to scoot the seat up a little, but actually I can get it right there. All right, once we have the bottom piece out, see, we can lift up, and there we go. We can pull back on that B-pillar trim. And you can see, like here on the back seat, see there's that double-sided tape that goes in there to hold that B-pillar piping. So that's how Mercedes did it from the factory. So let's go around this side. And here's our damaged piece. That's very common on the driver's door. And we literally pull it out of here. There we go. And that just peels away. There's all that original glue. You don't even need to scrape the glue off. The new piece sticks right to, will stick right to that, no problem. And we'll just pull this piece all the way off, and then we'll put our new piece on. So let me go ahead. Okay, and when you get down to the bottom, sometimes you have to pop this trim piece loose, and it's just held in there with clips in order to get, because this tucks right underneath there. So we're going to want to tuck our other piece under there too, and then reattach this. But there is our old B-pillar piping. And you can see there's that double-sided tape. That's how Mercedes would do it. They'd stick it on there. So let's go ahead and get our new old stock piece and put that on there. All right, guys, this is kind of an awkward spot to record, but we can see we haven't peeled off our backing tape yet, but we're going to go ahead and just, now you want to leave a little extra at the end to tuck up underneath the windlace. And we're just going to do a test fit. Here we go, like that. And I get the top started, and then I just work my way down. There we go. Be sure to leave it a little up here at the top, so I can pull down the windlace and tuck that under the windlace up top. So we want it right there. All right, then I'm just gonna slowly peel the back off. Okay, we have our new piping installed, and you can see around the back here, got it all attached right down here, and see that looks way better. That is the factory original old stock stuff. There's no more tear in here. So now we need to get our B-pillar trim reattached. to cover the back here. And that's the way Mercedes did it, guys. All right, there we go. Factory brand new B-pillar piping. Look how nice that looks. So we'll go look at the other side and do the same thing over there if it needs it. Okay, we're just doing some finishing touches on the wagon, and you can see these nets back here are sagging. They're sagging a little bit, so we want to pop off this these rear door cards. Rear seat back cards. Pop those off and remove these nets and repair the elastic so it's back like that. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. And basically there's a screw right. Let's see if I can show you guys. There it is, right there. So we'll go ahead and take that out, and then this seat back net will slide down and out. And literally once you take that screw out down there at the bottom, you can peel the back off and that just slides straight down. So let's go over here and take this over to the bench. So we see what's going on here. This is stretched a little bit. Now it's really easy to repair these. You remove these 2 screws, and then you have these plastic tabs. Then these tabs, you can slide it up and over, and that net will come off. And then we can address fixing the elastic right up here. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, when you're removing these seat back nets, first you just take out the 2 screws on each side here. But then you got to be real careful because they're extremely fragile when they're not on the seat. So we'll take those screws out, and then the net, take those pieces out there. All right, so that's free. So you see the tabs, these tabs you have to slide these forward like that to push them through, and then you got to go to the left to get these bottom tabs out, and that's when they can break. And just be very careful. There we go, that one came out. So we'll put that back over here, and we'll show you how to fix this. So there we go, right here, this little piece, if you just turn it sideways, it will slide out of here. And then we need to just undo the there's some little like alligator teeth that clamp into this piece here. We can undo those, and then we'll slide the piece down and pull our net taut again and re-clamp it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm zoomed in. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is how you get this piece off. You stick a little pick right down in here like that. And there you go. See how it started to let loose? I'll do it on the other side. There we go. Now you can just get these little alligator teeth out of here. There we go. All right, when you have it like that, you can then slide this piece further down the elastic. There we go. So we're gonna, all right. All right, and I'm gonna tap it with a hammer a couple of times. And that is good. That is back together. There we go. And we're going to put it right back through here. Then got to turn it sideways in that little slot. Boom. There we go, guys. We're going to put it back on the seat, and that will look fantastic. So Boom. There we go. And then we'll put it back on this side. And there we go. Check that out. Looks fantastic. Still pliable. You can put stuff down in there. That looks absolutely great, you guys. So let's go ahead and get this back in the car. That's how it looked from the factory. Now we need to go address this one over here. And we're going to do the same process and get that one back in the car. Okay, we have both of those seat back nets back in there. Look how good they look now. That is how they were from the factory. Taut, not sagging, and you see the elastic is still good. They just had to be shortened a little bit. We are doing our final touches on the wagon. Today I am going to pop out the center wood trim and we'll clean it up a little bit, but we're going to change these worn out, they're not worn out, but the icons are worn off the window switches. We're going to pop back in the ashtray, and we're going to put back on our A-pillars. And that should about wrap things up. Then we're going to go out and do some test driving. But let's go ahead and get this on the bench and take those switches out. Basically, when you have the ashtray out, you can lift up right here. Make sure you put your shift lever back. Now there's a pin that goes through the back here and attaches it, secures it. So you want to make sure you slide it backwards before lifting up. If you slide it backwards before lifting up, you will not break that pin, and then you can get under there and start disconnecting your window switches. There's the switches. I've disconnected 2 of them so far. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll get this over on the workbench. Alright guys, so we're going to take these switches out and clean everything up. The switches are rebuildable, and Deoxit is great stuff for cleaning electronic parts. But these switches easily pop out. Just pop the tabs on both sides of the switches, and then the switch will actually just pull right out. And we're just going to go ahead and clean up all the switches and then replace our button here, here, and here. Actually, we do not need to pop those 2 out. We can lubricate this one from behind, and these are sealed really well. There's really not a lot of reason to open that up. We'll just clean around the outsides. Alright, so let's set this over here. And to pop these open, stick a little small flat blade right in there. Alright, we'll set that guy down. Now we do see a lot of dirt and debris in there, so we want to clean these out really good. So we're going to hit this with Deox over here. Alright. Got that one nice and clean, and let's find, ooh, there's some good switches right there. Let's try these guys. Okay, that is a different year model. Actually, yeah, this switch looks really good. We might just actually clean this one and use this switch instead rather than disassembling it. That is very good condition. So actually, I'm going to put this one back together. Alright, found a good button. So we've got that all cleaned up. Very nice. And we found a correct model years button with a great logo on it. And I'm just putting a little grease on the tips right there. That'll make it last another 30 years. Let's go ahead and reassemble that. Beautiful. Look at that. So yeah, there's what we accomplished, guys. We went from that back to that. So let's go ahead and find we need one more for this one in the back, like so. And there we go, guys. Just wipe that thing off. That is a beautiful cleaned and rebuilt switch, original Mercedes. That's going to make a big difference. You know, that's what that back one looked like. Had that scraping all over it, and the other one looked like that. It was worn off. So let's go ahead and do the other side, and we'll get these back in the center console. The best way to clean these guys once you have deox in there is with a long soft brush. You can get around underneath it. You can clean out that debris that's underneath there. And then we're going to hit it with some compressed air. There we go. Before we take that and hit it with compressed air, for the fader switch, that fader switch is excellent, but that's exposed on the backside. And you can hit that with deox underneath there and then work the switch around. And that cleans those up very nice. All right. So let's go hit this with some compressed air. Okay, everything cleaned up super nice. Wood trim cleaned up very nice. And let's go test these in the car before we reinstall everything. Okay, I'm back in the car. I just have them temporarily hooked up. Let's just give it some power. And we're going to test the... Perfect. Let's go ahead and test the back one. Perfect. And we just want to test the passenger side. Now we're testing this one here. All right. Sorry for the bad angle. All right. All our switches are now working perfect and have been fully serviced. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but because in the daylight, it's very faint. But what we can see they're correctly lighting up. I'm just cupping my hand around it so you guys can see it. So at nighttime, they, there we go. They correctly illuminate. So that's good. All right, we are back in the wagon, and we have all of the new fresh switches installed, and they all work great. See, doesn't that look much better? Guys, that is the original wood piece, and there's no way in heck I'm going to send this out and have one of those companies relaminate them, because when you relaminate this stuff, it does not look original anymore. And this is all of the original wood, and it looks fantastic. The new dash is all back together. Look at that wood. And when you relaminate these, it never looks right again. So I'm not going to touch that. That's original and it's beautiful condition. Looks fantastic. Even the little piece over here looks excellent. And of course, I got the steering wheel back on and the center cap. Steering wheel is beautiful. Excellent condition. You can see the plastic on the floorboards. I'm glad Scott put that in there because I've been working on the car a lot. But yeah, so there's our window switches. So next, we're going to throw the A-pillars back on here and over here. Okay, we have the A-pillars reinstalled. Perfect fit. Tucked up there nicely into the headliner trim. Guys, this car just came out absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the walk around and test drive video. Take care.